emphasized it more, but how do you feel? I figure I've heard other people's intros, they're not life-changing, so I don't see the need to make mine life-changing, but it's imperative that you know that this channel will be life-changing, so yeah, it's in the intro now. Today, we will be whispering about what animals could say if they could talk. However, I figured that was kind of a weak idea for an entire dedicated video, so I'm doing it today. And instead, the focus is on this mic, this mic, this mic. As always, there is a timestamp mentioned, so if you actually do want to skip to the weak subject matter, that's on you. You can to register for my next classes, and it really whittled down my options to the hard classes. And so every single professor this semester has been like horrendous workload. Just awful weekly tasks to do. Often it's busy work. Ugh. And I've also just been having motivation issues because I've been really stressed out and uncreative, and it's just been a lot. And not to mention how my next idea on the list, which is this one, was one where I felt like it didn't deserve its own dedicated video. So there were just a lot of factors that all came together and made that break a necessity. And I believe it was. Let's check my statistics here. I went necessities. I don't know. I get that, like, the whole, like, oh, TikTok has made it so that now people only want 2 verses, 2 hooks, 2 choruses, and that's the song. But it just doesn't satiate my musical desires, okay? So I did download the song, just to see if it grows on me, because that's obviously, to me, the most likely for me to like, but nothing on that album, like, does it for me the way, like, Lover does it for me, or the way Folklore and Evermore do. I think that was, like, the peak of her sad music for me, because it was still a little bit more daring in its production, I would say. And so that was more suited to me, and I don't think she's gonna have another, like, sad girl album that is as suited to me, because Red wasn't super for me either. So yeah, it's like, in terms of sad girl albums, Folklore and Evermore are probably gonna stay at the peak. And if she keeps making music the way she's been doing, I gotta understand a little bit. I'm sorry. I don't want to not like her, okay, but this album just bored me. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I hope you liked it, but it's just not for me. In other news, have you found it difficult lately to find good content on YouTube? Good content on YouTube. Good content on YouTube. I think this has been a struggle for me, specifically, for a long time. I feel like just maybe like 4 or 5 years ago, it was so easy to get, like, find a channel that I was absolutely, like, enraptured by and in love with. And I see, like, due to, like, search engine problems and algorithm and shorts taking over and things like that, me and a lot of other people have found it not as easy anymore to find, like, engaging content, I guess, and it's just been a struggle to locate it. Anyways, if you also feel like this, the point was not to have a whole ramble about the YouTube algorithm. The point was instead to direct you to something I have located. I have found for us, okay, for people like us. And obviously, any channel that I recommend is going to be a much bigger channel than me, so if you've heard of me, there's a good chance you've heard of the bigger channel, but I'm sure not everyone has heard of it. They're not like 1 trillion subscribers. So, today I would like to tell you, if you haven't already heard, about No Rolls Barred, which is like this channel where they play a bunch of board games, and it's a fun and goofy little time, and I think most of their videos are of the quality that I would listen to them as a podcast. Okay, I think they're a lot of fun, and, you know, it's just a jolly good time. And the reason I say the word jolly is because most of the people on there are, like, British, so I'm inclined to think in the British man's mind, and the British man would say jolly, okay? It's a jolly time, jolly good time. So I say most of them are about, like, listen to it passively, levels of good. Like, I would listen to it while cooking or eating or something. But they have a series that they've brought back recently that has just blown my mind. Like, I'm absolutely obsessed, and I haven't been obsessed with, like, a YouTube series in so long. So long. characters where if the demon kills them, then something goes wrong for the demon team, or sometimes even for the good team. But what's crazy about it is just how smart each and every ability is, and how many different interlocking ways that the abilities can be like manipulated and interact with each other in unexpected ways. So it's like every single game is really different from all the other ones. But also, there's like always new characters. Literally every single video I have watched of Blood on the Clock Tower, which by the way, I don't just watch it on No Rules Barred. There's a whole YouTube channel that I just subscribed to today and watched the entire day for my day off. And that's really entertaining too, but I'm telling you that the No Rules Barred is going to be probably the peak of that content. Anyways. Yeah, another crazy thing about it is that since there's so many new characters, and again, every single video of theirs that I've watched, I've had to learn at least one character. But because there's so many, since they need so many ideas for new characters, oftentimes what they resort to is just straight up breaking the established rules of the game. So, for example, there's a demon type where instead of there being one demon, I think like the majority of the board is demons, and only the good players can vote properly. I think that's how that one works. I actually haven't seen a game with that one. I just know that it exists. There's a demon where they pick 3 players. Each one gets to choose whether they live or die, and if all 3 choose live, then all 3 of them die, which is, and it's a little bit more complicated than that because there's always layers, there's always complexities, and there's always weird interactions with all the other players. I'm telling you, if you want the most mind-boggling and puzzling experience, you gotta watch it. But here's the thing, even if you don't want to be mind-boggled, you could probably still be entertained and just enjoy the personalities of the people there and try and see like their thought processes behind their decisions. You don't have to trace every last like string of the entangled web like I do. You really get out of it what you put into it. And for me, it's the most like mentally stimulating but also like jarring thing ever. And again, just the uniqueness of every single game, every single interaction. The best way I can describe it is like a web that is constantly like being folded over and entangled in on itself and torn apart and like reconstructed, because it's just so complex with all the different interactions. I recommend it so hard. Also, I have a message to the universe for fun. I did something really important in this shirt. And if you know who you are and you recognize this shirt, hi. Odds are, that person will never see this video. But if they did, hi. That's all I have to say about that. So that's all the rambles. Moving on to the animals now. Why did you skip to the timestamp after all I told you? After I told you how, like, not good of a video idea would be. Like, okay. Just tell me you hate me. Okay, if you're not gonna listen to my rambles, listen to my life, listen to things I like and dislike, and the things I've been up to. Like, okay. just that particular thing that's like, I think they'd advise us to stop. I think they'd be polite about it. Next up I have to say, hedgehogs and porcupines. I nod as if I have made a point yet. I feel like there is a fine line between evolution done to make yourself like less easy to prey on, and just straight up being a ball of spikes. I guess this applies to sea urchins too. Sea urchins, if you're listening to this, comment hi. Only sea urchins would comment hi on a video. It's true. If you comment hi, you're a confirmed sea urchin, and I will let you know. Anyways. That's so funny to me for no reason. But I feel like all of them, again, I think they've all over-evolved. Like, I think being spiky probably limits their ability to be social. You know, like, how are you supposed to interact with other hedgehogs and porcupines and sea urchins if you're just gonna stab each other in the process? Like, they have some soft bellies or whatever, but I feel like if they could talk, they would express, like, just how lonely it feels, like, not being touchable. You know, they're probably really touch-starved. Like, you think you're touch-starved. Imagine if your body was made of spikes. Like, that sounds really lonely. I think they'd all be talking about how lonely they are. Now, I do have some contrary evidence because my family has babysat a hedgehog before, and it was very not social. I believe it hissed at every single person who tried to pick it up. However, I think there's a difference between being antisocial and being social, but just like choosing your friend group, you know? Like, I think that hedgehog knew we were suspicious and not trustworthy. And I believe that is why it never let us pick it up. So I believe even that hedgehog had a desperate sense of loneliness that it wanted to cure, but we just weren't the cure for it. Last thing I will mention are pet birds, such as like parrots, parakeets, whatever else is going on. Oh, also pigeons. They're not pets, but you know, pigeons are just included in this category. I think these are the happiest creatures. I've seen a lot of creatures. I've seen a lot of creatures in my day, and I think that, you know, just birds are the happiest. Have you seen the way pigeons like bob their heads? Like they're just vibing while they're walking across the sidewalk. And parrots are like always singing some Rihanna song or whatever. Like they're just always having a good day, you know. They have like, let's think of the realistic number of issues they have. I really can't think of any. I think when it comes to dogs and cats, especially cats, they probably get really bored. But I think birds can entertain themselves for a lifetime. Their small brains really don't need much. And I envy that a little. But I also relate a little because when I'm small-brained, I'm happy. Yeah, was that worth it? Was that worth skipping all my rambles just for this like 5-10 minute animal voice, animal words? I don't know what to call it. Animal words section. I hope it wasn't worth it. Okay, next time, watch the rambles. Although they will be shorter next time because it will not have been 2 months you would have to sing my praises. If that is not true, and